Welcome to 843 TV, and we are so excited to be at the very brand new campus at Bridges Preparatory School on Robert Smalls Parkway.
I'm your host, Catherine Maedeman, and I'm with
Lisa Richardson.
And we are in their beautiful new media room, and this is really state-of-the-art. And what's really also nice, they have a collection of books that we're looking at.
We do, and that's just one of the great spaces you'll find here on the new campus. We're going to be talking with a couple of guests today. First up is GMcCulloch, the head of schools.
And we have Mr. Converse, who's a teacher, and we also have Madison Green, who is a junior here as well. And we'll get their story about how their experiences are here.
Absolutely. So stick around for this episode of 843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
.843 TV, where the Low Country comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
Welcome to 843 TV. We are super excited today to be at the very brand new campus of Bridges Preparatory School located on Robert Smalls Parkway, and we're going to be talking with head of schools, Mr. GMcCulloch, and a student and a teacher coming up in our show today. Gary, I know we are really thrilled to be here today. It's been a long time in the process. How was your year going?
Yeah. Well, it was amazing to walk you down the hallway and
yes.
just to see you light up also yes. at what we have on this campus. What a great time to be a part of Bridges Preparatory School. This is something that has been in the works for many years, and I have a teacher and a student that's been with us for all 7 years. And when we had open house, there were many tears, many people that couldn't believe that this has finally happened. But we've had 2 great opening days. August, I would settle for no less in us having an amazing first day of school on every single one of our campuses. But then to have that opening day on January the 7th, how amazing it was for our educators, for our students, for our amazing teachers, for our board that has been so supportive throughout this process, and for our school community. Nobody thought this was going to happen. And here we are, grades 5 through 12, all in this amazing space.
Well, I want to talk about that because we're going to talk about a lot of things. But first, let's talk about the space. This building is absolutely beautiful, state of the art. We now have 5 through 12 here. The special of this, when we walk through the halls, you feel academics, you feel friendly, you feel safe, you have all those wonderful things that you want your child to feel. Tell us about the building, though. Tell us about what have you included. We are in the media center here, and we have gymnasiums. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So it's really important to think of your students and think of your teacher and think about those environments. Environments are so important for students and teachers, and we've been in environments that we've taken over in a Boys and Girls Club, but now it feels like school. Every single one of our classrooms are oversized, 770 square feet to be exact.
Wow.
But you have a class size of only 23. And you know I've been in schools of 42 students in that same footprint. So when you have 23 students in there, it's amazing. It's also important to select furniture that's more 21st century. What is school going to look like going forward? And I wanted this area to feel like a college and high school campus so that our kids aren't leaving here. When they're doing distance learning, they can do it in a safe environment that keeps them on our campus. Inside every single one of our classrooms, we have 16, it's 16 in groups, so those are groups of 4. And then I have upper bowl seating. You're not going to find that anywhere in Beaufort County. Come to Bridges. You are going to see it because it's all about every single student having access to that instructor, and there's no barriers to my education. Now, when we go into these classrooms, all of our students want to be in the upper bowl seating, and it only seats 8. So it is truly amazing. You know, your furniture space is great, but then you always want to focus on environment. And anybody that knows me, we always focus heavily on the culture of a school, how you feel when you come into a school, but also that social and emotional environment. How do we belong in our environment, and how do we contribute to it?
Well, speaking from experience, seeing you you engage right involved there. You're not the principal that's in the office. You're the principal that's in the classroom, hands-on with the students, teachers. I'm sure you can concur to that.
Yes.
And that's what makes a school personable. Now, the building's awesome, but what about the programs? Let's talk about PADEA and STEM. Let's break those down for us.
So STEM learning, everyone has that classic, they say, we're a STEM school. But a STEM school is also about how you integrate all of your subject areas and what that looks like and feels like in each of your classrooms. From kindergarten all the way up through 6th grade, we'll be doing Project Lead the Way Launch, which is modules of 90 minutes of science time for our kids every single day. 7th through 8th grade, that's where we get into the meat of GTT, Gateway to Technology. That's flight and space, medical detectives, robotics and animation. And then we move into our high school completers. And it's really important that we're focusing on our businesses also, because not every student is going to college.
Right.
So I've met with Hargray. We're meeting with Beaufort Memorial, and then we're also meeting with our local fire station because my question to them is, what are the jobs that you can't fill in the area right now?
You know, I'd love that component, but let's talk about something else because we want to send our children here. We have some deadlines ahead of us, and I want to make sure everybody understands this is open to the whole public. This is not a private school, it's a public charter, but we need applications sent in by January.
Sure. It's January 31st. This is our open enrollment. It's right up until the 31st, and then our lottery happens on February 18th.
For next year.
For next year. And this is the year, this reminds me of when I opened a school 5 years ago.
Right.
You want to get into this school at this point because then there's wait lists after that. We will have 300 seats available this year.
And the other important thing is, as we are increasing our students, we need teachers.
Yes.
We need teachers across the board. So how do we do this?
Sure. So recruiting actually begins in February. We are open to recruiting, of course, within the area first, and then we are also going up to Pennsylvania and into Ohio. A lot of these areas, a lot of these areas really like to come down here. Plus, they're really strong retirement systems, so it's important to get those teachers that would be substitute teaching up there, get them into a position down
Well,
here.
there's a lot of enthusiasm here, but we are going to be back with 843 TV with more information. Stay with us. And we are back with 843 TV, and we're going to continue the enthusiasm. I have Mr. Converse, who is a teacher, and we have Madison, who is a junior. So we're going to learn about the school from their perspective. So let's start with you, Mr. Converse. You teach what subjects here?
I teach computer science, 3rd through 12th grade here.
All right, and very passionate about that, I can sense that. And you've been here for 7 years with the inception. So tell us how you see the growth.
It's been amazing. You know, like he said earlier, we haven't imagined that we'd have this wonderful building. It's fantastic that we're able just to look at it and be able to use it to help the students understand how serious we are about education here.
Yeah, I can understand. So Madison, tell us a little bit about you, because you started here 7 years ago. That puts you as a, what grade?
I'm a junior this year.
Junior, but
Yes, ma'am.
So, and you've been through elementary, junior school. Tell us about it.
Honestly, it's really relieving to finally have like a really nice school. I mean, I've been at a lot of campuses here at Bridges now, but it was really cool to, you know, see that we have something that feels like a real high school, college even. But yeah, I'm a junior this year. It's a great year so far. So,
what are some of the extracurriculars you've been involved in?
I do 2 sports right now. I did volleyball this year. I've been doing it since 8th grade, and finishing up a season with basketball right now. So I've been doing that also since 8th grade. So,
I think you told me you're in a National Honor Society.
Yes, ma'am. We do a lot with that too. I mean, we get volunteer hours, so that's a good thing. You know, colleges look a lot for that. We do a lot of different activities with that, fundraisers, and helping out with the community a lot too.
Well, if somebody wants to come, tell us a student's perspective. What makes this place special for a student?
So this school, honestly, it feels like a family to me. Like, you know, I've been here since 5th grade. Everyone's so including. The teachers feel like family to me. You can go to them for anything, and you know, you get you get a really good experience here. You can, everyone's so welcoming whenever you come here. There's no problem. We barely have any problems here at Bridges. It's really fun.
You like your
here.
academics?
Yes,
you
ma'am.
like your
It's really
classes?
nice.
Do you have
right
a
now.
special? What do you prefer?
I love English, honestly.
Very good.
I'm in physics right now, but I do love science, health science especially. But English is definitely my subject.
Well, go ahead.
Mr. Converse, if I'm a student in your class, what might I experience? Let's say I need you lower grades, upper grades. Start with the upper grades.
Sure, upper grades, you're experiencing that respect, that they're a young adult. I want to treat them that way and help them understand how to be ready for the world coming up after they graduate. And so we work one-on-one, we work with different things as far as what are they looking to do outside of graduating and what's next for them. And so I try to apply that to the lesson and content to make it even more applicable to their desires.
How do you get in that seating? What did you call it? The 8 special ring of 8 seats? How do you get up there? What's the qualifications, by the way?
Talk about the high up
Yeah, how do
seating?
you earn a seat there? How does a student enter a seat?
You know, you just got to get in there.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, so it's definitely one of those that every student is wanting that area. But I help remind them, unless they're looking for assigned seats, you know, we're going to share the space and we're going to use it. We'll
So
take
it's
turns.
random.
Yep.
You know, being part of the faculty now for 7 years and then recruiting faculty, what could you offer for insight for somebody who's looking to, you know, join a faculty?
This is a great place to work. We truly are a family, as Maddie was saying. We have a great administration this year. It's just been a fantastic time to see the growth from year one, step one, all the way to now. And it's been amazing how far we've come. And I just want to reach out to potential faculty. You know, if you're looking for a great place to work, you want a great facility, great administration to work for with the right resources, this is the place.
Remind people, too, who might be thinking of coming from Ohio, what's great about this area? So many things about the Low Country.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorites
Well,
that
sure.
might attract
I'm
someone?
actually an Ohioan myself. So that's a fantastic thing. I actually came from China to work here, but different story there. So I'm an Ohioan, so it's a fantastic place. As my wife says, the water is everywhere. You're driving, you're enjoying the water. Yeah, so it's a peaceful time. It's a peaceful area and just a wonderful place to enjoy and work.
Gary, can I ask you, what faculty are we looking for what subject matters? Or is there something in particular that we're looking for recruiting?
Yeah, it'll be every subject area because we are expanding our charter. So now we have 4 sections at every single grade level. So we're looking for everyone from kindergarten all the way up through 12th grade. So it's truly a year to get into if you are that faculty member and you've been looking for that elementary spot in a special school, then this is certainly the place to be.
How would you recommend someone to start that process, to just contact you directly?
Yeah, I recommend anyone and everyone to contact me at GMcCulloch at bridgesprep.org if you are interested. We are starting our interviewing process in February, so and we have to start it that early because I need to hire about 27 teachers and staff to catch up with our growth in our school.
And that is for fall next year?
Yes.
Okay, so you have a busy summer.
Certainly.
So tell us what the rest of your junior year is going to look like for you.
So we're finishing up with a semester right now. We actually start a new semester on Friday. We have 4 classes for each semester. So I'll have Algebra 2, I'll have Personal Finance, Art 1, and I forgot my last class. Sorry, I'm starting a new one. But it's going to be really exciting. We're ending up with a basketball season right now, so won't be playing any sports, but soccer's coming up.
Okay.
I love going to all the games, so it should be a fun new semester.
Yeah.
You know what, I like the personal finance class for these guys because it's really important.
Yes.
We didn't have that. We had our schooling, we didn't have that.
I need it.
But we'll be back with more, won't we?
Yeah, stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. And we're back with 843 TV at the brand new campus of Bridges Preparatory School, talking with Mr. McCulloch and students and teacher. And so it's school choice season. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So as a parent, one of the most important things you do is select the right school and the right fit for your child. You want them to be happy and you want them to be served not only academically, but also socially and emotionally. So you should always look at that selection, especially around social emotional development too. How are you developing the whole child? Does every single school offer that? What I can always guarantee you in any school that I'm in is that your child is going to be supported academically, but you're also going to grow as an amazing citizen. It is so important that our schools focus on building high quality citizens so that they support these amazing communities.
Absolutely.
Well, let's go back for the student, and individualized student, excuse me. So what about special needs or somebody who's a slow reader, slow learner? How do we help them in that school environment?
Yeah. So every school environment should be able to help all students, no matter what level they're on. And that's just the craft of being an amazing educator, is so that you can scaffold your lessons to meet the needs of extra intervention and then also extra enrichment. But the thing that we also have here at Bridges Preparatory School is we have 23 students in a classroom. And how personalized is your instruction? If you're in kindergarten or first grade, you have a teacher and an assistant in both of those grades. That brings that ratio down to 1 to 12.
Yeah.
So when we think about those special needs, we have to truly think about what that looks like in our environment. Are we focused on our class sizes? Because if you've got that class of over 35, over 40, that's where you're really going to struggle in that environment.
Yeah, no, and I think a lot of parents are sensitive to that, because, you know, as we know, when little guys are starting, they're all at different levels. They all will catch up in time, but, you know, it's just every parent has that hesitation and concern, and, you know, they would just want them to feel safe, you know, and want to learn.
And speaking from a parent of 3 kids in 3 different ages, middle school, now high school, so I totally can, as a parent talking to you, I totally understand and see this. What about some of the other programs you want to share that you offer?
So Paideia Learning, and that's where every student, no matter where you are academically, you are there's less, the learning is so scaffolded in Paideia Learning, where we work on vocabulary, we work on background knowledge, and then when you go to seminar, it's respectful seminar that's happening with our students and facilitated by that great educator. So it's all about everyone contributing, because I know in classes, many of them are out there right now. There are students sitting in the back of the room that are afraid to raise their hand. And if they are, they're in an environment where they don't feel safe and they don't feel connected. And it's up to us to create those great environments. We also have STEM learning, which I had mentioned before, but the completer is all about connecting to your businesses. So Hargray, Beaufort Memorial, our fire station, we want our students to have internships. And I've asked these businesses, you know, what are the positions that you can't fill right now? And what courses do we need as a school to put in place so that we can fill those positions for you?
Absolutely.
And so the student base, how far do they travel to come to campus here? Are you know, is it a half an hour radius, or what's your distance?
Well, it can be pretty far. I live all the way down in Moss Creek. So from there early in the morning, it is 30 minutes to here. So that's what I want to make clear to people in Hilton Head that may be watching, people in Bluffton. In Bluffton, you are only a very short 15-minute car ride up 170 now. And then the greater Beaufort area. We also are open to Jasper, Colleton, and also Bridgeland, yes, that area. So we have a number of areas in our base that can attend here, and we're a public charter school.
And we want to remember that, because I think it's really important, because it's such the distance. Don't let that not have you come, because education, you know.
Excuse me, of course. Madison lives on Ladies Island.
Yes, it takes me 25 minutes to get here, but it's not a bad ride, honestly. I'd rather take 25 minutes to get here to go somewhere else, honestly.
Yeah. And you live close by, you mentioned.
3 minutes away.
There we go, exactly. You call him if you need something.
Absolutely.
So as we celebrate this new campus, growth of the school, which is amazing, and I think that's going to be just, I can't wait for our next conversation when we get there. What else can we share with our viewers? What is, as we close up, we have another minute to go. What can we close and what we can share with them?
Sure. So to all parents that are out there, and like I had said, this is such an important choice when you are looking at school choice. You really want to focus on those environments, but we have had wait lists for so many years.
Yeah.
Now that this new build has happened, we are going to be able to accept 300 additional students this year. But this year alone, this reminds me of where I was in another school, and then all we have is wait lists after that. So it is so important that we apply so that we can meet the needs of all of our communities, because I know everyone wants to be a part of an amazing school environment that is Bridges Preparatory.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what about you, Mr. Converse, in a quick few seconds?
Sure, this is just a great place, a wonderful environment where students are cared for academically, emotionally, socially, and we truly look for, if something's different that day, making sure we meet with that student and talk to them and see what's going on. So it's a great
Madison,
place.
as you look towards your senior year?
It's just like he said. I mean, it's a very close-knit school. It feels like family, basically. I mean, there's something new going on every day. It's a really great place to be.
Can people come and visit? Do they have scheduled times where people can visit the campus? Just call the number and...
We actually have a tour this Friday for this campus.
Okay.
The following Friday we have for our Celadon campus, and then the last 2 days of the month, right before those applications are due on the 31st, that is when we have 2 more tours.
And I know that the tour is with Gary himself, so it's extra special.
There you go.
So exciting. Thank you all for sharing, and we thank you all for watching today from the new campus of Bridges Prep,
This is 843 TV.
where communities come to speak.